Howdy how, folks. Tommy here. It's 11:11 p.m. on 11/30/2019. Hope everybody had a super sensational Saturday. I am back with yet some more Ed McMahon Publishers Clearinghouse Residue. Sorry. Anyway, first off, before I start showing you some of this, I want you to see as I'm scrolling through here, there are many books that in one way or another mention Ed McMahon and Publishers Clearinghouse and, you know, and all that, him delivering checks and whatnot. And it's incredible. But if you click on here, it's not going to show you, it'll show you the book and a preview of the book. And like I said, there's as many of them. I'm not really showing you books as much as I am like articles and stuff tonight. There might be a book or two in the mix. But anyway, so there are plenty of books that talk about Ed McMahon. But when I click on there, they don't let me see the parts where, you know, Ed McMahon is mentioned. It will tell me, like down in here, you know, each time Ed McMahon, it'll tell me, you know, where he's mentioned at or whatever, you know, the sentence, but it won't show me the pages of the book. I'd have to buy the book and then, you know, show you all that way. But anyway, there's plenty of residue without having to show you the books that he's mentioned in. And here's an article right off the bat here from December 1992. The paper was called Slug, I guess. And here is The World According to Clark. And it's publishing. It says it's Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes time again. I predict that this year is the year that Ed McMahon will push me too far. For several years now, Ed has been promising me astronomical sums of money, and I have sheaves of colorful and exciting letters bearing his signature to prove it. Meanwhile, I continue to receive impolite invective from a presumptuous association of half-wits calling themselves Salt Lake City Corporation. Okay. Anyway, so you get the point of that. He definitely knows that Ed McMahon worked for Publishers Clearinghouse, and he's got the proof there with the letters and the signature and all that good stuff. So that's the first one I wanted to show you, and to me that's pretty powerful. All right, and then you've got here, this one, you know, it's not as great, but it's a song. And somebody put in the song, it says, you might be standing in a matinee line, minding your business and biding your time. Here come a tap upon your shoulder, and it's old Ed McMahon, and he puts $1 million check in your trembling hand. So that's pretty cool. We know that he didn't deliver checks for American Family Publishers, if that even existed, you know. But we know that they didn't do the delivering checks thing anyway. So even though it doesn't say PCH here, we know that that is a reference to Ed McMahon delivering the PCH checks. All right, the next one. Pretty wild here. This is from July 26, 2000, and administration of William J. Clinton. Imagine that. And right down here, remember something else, and this is very important. These are projected surpluses. It's not money we have now, but money we might have, over the next 10 years. Think about it. It's this, if you got one of those sweepstakes envelopes from Ed McMahon in the mail saying you may have won $10 million, and you go out and spend it. All right, I thought there was some better ones than that. There is. Okay, hang on. This is full of them. So that was just one example in this writings here. Sorry about that. Let me. All right, so when I click on here, there's another one. Says President introduced the President and Ed McMahon Publishers Clearinghouse. There's a bunch of them right here. You see all these blue dots, markers. All right, here's a great one. Let's spend all the projected surplus. Did you ever get one of those letters in the mail from Ed McMahon? You know, from the Publishers Clearinghouse. You may have won 10 million. Did you go out and spend that money? Spend that 10 million the next day? So there you go. There's another one. There's so many of them. Hang on. Ed McMahon, Publishers Clearinghouse. Ed McMahon, Publishers Clearinghouse. Ed McMahon, Publishers Clearinghouse. There's so many of them. All right, so anyway, you see all those. I could show you the rest of them, but there's plenty more to see here. So this is a yearbook here. Let me enlarge it. Oh boy. Ready. Okay. This is in a yearbook, and the lady is telling a story of when she met Ed McMahon. Very good story here, y'all. One time when I lived in Kalamazoo, Ed McMahon rang our doorbell. He shook my hand and told me that I was the winner of the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes. I still remember that he had a green stamp on the back of his hand from the amusement park. We started talking about, and it turned out that his favorite ride was the Twister. I thought that was great because that was my favorite ride too. So, anyway, we're in the middle of talking about the park when a man came out of a black van parked in my driveway. He whispered something in Ed's ear. Ed told me that there was a mistake and I wasn't the winner of the sweepstakes. I didn't really care because I just thought it was cool that Ed McMahon, Hollywood star, rode the Twister. He gave me his phone number and left. I'd call him, but I lost it. So, isn't that something? And I bet that did happen over the years when the prize patrol was out looking for their winners, and Ed McMahon just happened to knock on the wrong door, and this lady is shared her story in her yearbook. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Indeed. All right, the next one is from October 15th, 1990. And here we are over here. It says an open letter to Senator Grassley. Quit sending us junk mail. The Honorable Senator Chuck Grassley. Okay, Chuck, leave the junk email to Ed McMahon and Publishers Clearinghouse. They are much better at it than you. After reading their mail, at least we get the impression that we are rich. After reading yours, we know we are broke. So somebody didn't like the senator and decided to let him know that they didn't want his junk mail that they get like Ed McMahon and Publisher Clearinghouse send them. So pretty cool. Folks, there's many of these out there. And look, check this. This is another yearbook one here. And this guy got a caption under his picture of, I matched the Publishers Clearinghouse and Ed McMahon ran off with the check. So there you go. There's that one. I don't know if that's supposed to be a Publishers Clearinghouse envelope or whatever, but I matched the Publishers Clearinghouse and Ed McMahon ran off with the check. All right, and let's see if we can see when that was from. I don't know. that was the pylon, West Virginia University School of Medicine. Wow. All right. And one more for you here. The Bird's Eye View by Ross Bryan Rosenfield. Is it just me, or does it seem like you have a much better chance of Ed McMahon coming to you with a check for $10 million than you do of boarding a transport bus that actually comes on time? So there you have it. Another newspaper article, and talking about Ed McMahon and the $10 million check coming to you, which only Publishers Clearinghouse did. All right, folks. So I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, this is well, I didn't say, but I am saying now. This is internetarchive.com, archive.com, or archive.org. My bad. Put you up here. There you go. Archive.org. And you can find a lot of residue on all kinds of Mandela effects on here. Really, really good stuff. You see, every time that Ed McMahon is in anything, it's coming up on here. And these are just articles and books and you know, text, things of text. But if you go up here to the top, see where I have Ed McMahon in? That's under search text contents. Then you can go under search TV news captions, and that gives you all the video clips that I've been finding, or a lot of them. So I'm going to do that right up here. See? It's not hard to do research, folks, and find this stuff. I love doing it. All right, and here you go. Let me get that to focus back in. And then here's everything with Ed McMahon, and there's immediately, you see Ed McMahon, Publishers Clearinghouse. That's a clip, news clip from Fox. There's one that says, denying ourselves. This is the Ed McMahon moment, his will of Publishers Clearinghouse. Excuse me. I'll go ahead and click on that one. Let's check it out. It'll be right here. The Colbert Report. See what the transcripts say. Thought it said something about Ed McMahon. Let's go back and look. Ed McMahon moment. Huh. Well, I'll check that one out later. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed seeing more of this Ed McMahon residue. To me, it's one of the biggest Mandela effects there is, and I think the Mandela effect should be changed to the McMahon effect, because so many people remember Ed McMahon working for Publishers Clearinghouse and delivering the checks with the prize patrol. All right, Tommy here, Tommy out. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. God bless you.